So recently, Ubisoft had their presentation about Assassin's Creed, and we got some pretty interesting news, I have to say. So first, let me start by apologizing, because I know I was a little hard on Assassin's Creed Mirage, but the only thing is that I personally don't really care that much for the story of Basim, but I will say this. The cinematic trailer did look good, but let's also remember that Ubisoft is very famous for the whole cinematic trailer looking much cooler than the actual game is syndrome, I guess you could say. So let's just cool our heels real quick. Let's stop and think for a second. It looks very cool, but at the same time, it might not be that great. All I'm saying is, let's be cautiously excited. But I do like the choice of making a more linear, more return-to-form Assassin's Creed. I wish it wasn't Basim that got it, though. It would have been a lot more interesting to me if it would have just been somebody entirely new. I didn't want a retread of a character from another game that already exists. But I did like the stylization of the trailer. It was nice. It was very reminiscent of some of the older stuff that we'd gotten. And I'm also excited for the addition of the guy who plays Agent Stone in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Doctor, are you okay? I just saw a guy race out of here and thought that you should stop them. Open your mouth.
I think he's going to be a great choice to be Basim. And I do like the concept that they're going to have the new voice actor and the old voice actor completely separate as entities within Basim. So that's going to be a cool concept to see. Now, if you remember, I said that Ubisoft was going to come out with a new game called Assassin's Creed Infinity in my first video, but I was wrong. So Assassin's Creed Infinity isn't a game per se, it's rather a platform of games. So first they announced Assassin's Creed Codename Red, which is probably one of the things that most people got excited for, because that's what I was asking for. That's what we've all been asking for. They're finally gonna do Assassin's Creed in Japan. I mean, God, it only took 15 years. So, I can't wait to see what this is gonna be, because everybody's been waiting on it, and now we're finally getting it. And I hope they don't disappoint us. And we didn't get much with that trailer. It wasn't even really a trailer per se. It was a teaser. But I am free to speculate about just what we might get. So I'm assuming that one's going to be much larger, the next two within the Assassin's Creed Infinity concept, I suppose. Codename Red is probably going to be one of those larger games, one of the flagship games is what they call it. And I'm just generally excited for that one because you'll be playing as a shinobi assassin, which, like I said, everybody's been waiting on. And then you've got the other game that they have planned, and that one is called Assassin's Creed Hex, or Hexy. I would hope it's Hex, because Hexy just kind of sounds a little dumb, but either way, Hex is going to be based in the Holy Roman Empire, and it's supposed to take place during like witch trials, which is definitely an interesting way to go with it. I wouldn't have thought of witch trials for Assassin's Creed, but it does make sense, I will say the witch trials were a bit of an unexpected event in history for them to cover, but at the same time, I would welcome it all the same as the rest of the things that will be released along with the Infinity flagship title games. So then, after that, you've got the next one, Assassin's Creed Jade, or Codename Jade. And man, am I excited for this one, because it's set in China. Can you believe it? The only other Assassin's Creed that's really touched on China, I suppose, was that side-scrolling game. You know, the one where it really wasn't all that Assassin's Creedy. It was just like they had like box art and stuff that made it look like it was Assassin's Creed, but it wasn't. It was among those like other titles. You know, it was China, Russia, and India, all interesting locations that they made side-scrolling games about. Yeah, those games. But finally, we're getting an Assassin's Creed China, like proper. What do you mean it's a mobile game? You mean we're not actually getting like a full game based in China, in Assassin's Creed? China's getting lambasted again? Oh, okay. So finally, what are my general thoughts? Well, I think that this is probably a better direction for Assassin's Creed to take, especially after the past couple of titles. I mean, a lot of people like the RPG elements, and I'm not gonna lie, I do too, in some aspects, but there comes a time where you could say a game is too full. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? But when you consider the fact that it's full of nothingness, it's just big, sprawling open worlds with side content that can be good, but most of the time isn't very good. That's a problem, at least, in terms of keeping attention of the player, or even just thinking of yourself. Would you want to spend so much extra time doing something that's completely pointless? And that's in regard to the RPG-like Assassin's Creed games. But this direction that they're taking now, I don't think is so bad, because it's actually probably one of their biggest improvements in a while. Because everybody's been asking for an older return to form type of Assassin's Creed, and I think that with more linear return to form, including Assassin's Creed Mirage, Codename Red, Codename Hex, this could be a genuine step up for Assassin's Creed in general, as a whole. But only time will tell, and we can never really be sure. All I'm hoping is that they don't screw up Japan. That's my biggest thing. I'm hoping that whatever that they're planning on doing for Japan ends up being really good. And that's not to say I don't care about the other things, but that was the biggest thing that I was concerned about. And not only that, but I just hope that they don't screw up this new version of older mechanics, because that's what they said they were going to do. So these newer games are going to have mechanics from the older games, but they're going to be updated in some way. So as interesting as that sounds, that also sounds like they could do some shady stuff and add in some time savers, because they have you wait for a certain period of time or anything like that, or the game is stretched out to this insane length like Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It just helps you finish the game quicker. Like, hopefully they don't do anything like that. They don't add more problems such as that one. But as long as they don't do that, I think that it'd be totally fine. And I apologize if this impressions video seems all over the place, but there was a lot of things presented at Ubisoft's conference, so I mean, we can only hope to wait and see. Hopefully they don't screw this up. If they do, I mean, they can only fail upwards, I guess. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that this is going to be a good turn for Assassin's Creed? Do you think we're actually going to get a return to form? Or do you not want them to return to form and you would prefer the Assassin's Creed RPG type games? Let me know, and thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.